if you're not going to become a
If you
network
have something
marketer,
to
we're not
say,
going to pay
you're
you
welcome to
what
post
we
that in the
said we were
comments.
going to
This
pay
is
you, right?
breaking
Which is
news
a
live on
announcement.
Friday.
And this
We
is
go
a
over
breaking
every
news
episode
announcement.
back
And this is a
live
breaking
chat live on Friday.
platform
Get
out when they do like
Novotech
funny business and stuff like that.
Keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top.
Yo, no, I ain't the type to give up. If I do something, man, I do it till I get what I want.
What's going on, guys? Just wanted to share a little bit about what's going on in our space. This is an article from Bitcoin Magazine. U.S. government frames Bitcoin privacy as criminal. Once again, privacy as criminal, right? This is something that started to happen back in 2001, actually, when when the United States got bombed by terrorists who flew into the Twin Towers, and they made the Patriot Act and started slowly taking away privacy of U.S. citizens. We have zero privacy now. I mean, all these cameras everywhere. It's been proven that the government's used them to watch us, to monitor us. And some people say, oh, I don't care. I'm not doing anything wrong. It's okay if the government monitors me. Yeah, you're not doing anything wrong until they say that you are, right? And privacy is very important. Privacy used to be a right. But this is the ongoing war against cryptocurrency, right? That the governments are waging. And for whatever reason, I mean, at the end of the day, they want to know what we're doing, right? And they don't want to have us to have privacy with our money or with our funds. Just try, wiring money to another country and see all of the problems that you run into with the banks, the government, the governments of that country. I mean, they're really interested in our money. Well, Bitcoin solves that whole problem. Bitcoin, you can send Bitcoin almost instantly anywhere with, no red tape, right? This is why the orange pill is so important. This is why Bitcoin, in my opinion, is the way of the future. But there are some out there who would like to just make it straight up illegal. So let's crack into the article. In another unfortunate turn of events for anyone hoping their right to privacy to be protected is guaranteed by the U.S. Constitution, the UN Declaration of Human Rights, or applicable state and federal law. Yeah, right. The U.S. government has argued that the disclosure of proprietary chain analysis heuristics information in the case U.S. versus Sterlingov would jeopardize numerous law enforcement investigations and impact the effectiveness of law enforcement tracing tools by enabling the development of criminal countermeasures to blockchain analysis. So basically, they want to watch what we're doing, right, with our Bitcoin and with our crypto. And if we don't want them to watch what we're doing, they're calling us criminals. The oath each and every U.S. government employee pledges when first taking office reads, I do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I take this obligation freely and without mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of office on which I am about to enter, so help me God. Okay, and just to let you guys know, just as a little offshoot, I would never ever take that oath, right? I don't pledge my allegiance to anyone but God and the Holy Bible. That's what I believe in, right? Say what you want, call me what you want. It is what it is. I'm not ashamed of what I believe in. But why would I pledge allegiance to a fallen government of man? Apparently, this oath is only applicable so long as it serves the U.S. government's agenda, right? Exactly. While attempting to retain a protective order to seal the disclosure of chain analysis heuristic information, the U.S. government has, in essence, argued that the right to privacy does not exist when transacting on the blockchain. Well, it doesn't exist anywhere else. Why would it exist on the blockchain? In the newly released court documents, the U.S. government defines software developed to protect individual financial privacy on the blockchain, such as CoinJoins, as adversarial, contending that the disclosure of chain analysis training methods and techniques bears the reasonable expectation to enable circumvention of the law. Right? Unfortunately, it is unclear which laws the U.S. government is referring to. The argument that the disclosure would enable criminals, drug trafficking organizations, and terrorists to circumvent law enforcement cannot be made in good faith, as Chainalysis' own 2023 crypto crime report has found the overall transaction value of illicit activity to lay at merely 0.24%. Well, I mean, that's how it's going to be in general anyway. You know what I mean? It's a very small minority. Just as the early internet was allegedly only used for crime, the share of day-to-day commerce on the blockchain increases as Bitcoin adoption grows. It therefore cannot be argued that the development of privacy-protecting software is adversarial in any sense of the word, except a Chainalysis business model and the surveillance agenda of the U.S. intelligence complex, who invested 1.67 million USD in Chainalysis in 2020 and another 1.64 million USD in 2021 via the Central Intelligence Agency's venture capital fund in QTEL. So, I mean, a couple million to the U.S. government is nothing, guys. That's peanuts. As long as the development and use of privacy-protecting software such as PGP, E2EE, or VPNs cannot be deemed as criminal under the First and Fourth Amendment, neither can the development or use of software aimed to protect one's financial privacy in Bitcoin. However, it appears the constitutional framework does not stop the U.S. government from putting forward statements which directly undermine the people's right to protection from unwarranted surveillance. I see what they're doing with this article, right? They're trying to argue for privacy and all that stuff, but I mean, the cat's out of the bag, man. The ship has left the dock, right? We haven't been protected from unwarranted surveillance for 20 years. Classifying blockchain surveillance countermeasures as criminal is just another step the U.S. government has been taking total surveillance of U.S. communication in recent years. In 2015, Congress voted for the prolonging of the Patriot Act. What was I talking about just a minute ago? Via the USA Freedom Act, which continues to allow the bulk connection of telecommunications data via telecommunications providing, and the proposed EARN-IT Act, which in essence would outlaw end-to-end encryption. So far, the only attempt to circumvent the law in the U.S. government's response to minute order is to be found in its own argumentation, right? This is a great article, right? And it just shows that the main takeaway, that I take from this, and I probably could take from this, is that Bitcoin, well, first of all, Bitcoin's not going to be stopped because it can't be, right? Bitcoin operates, it operates on the blockchain. It operates from the internet, from the World Wide Web. You would have to take away the entire internet, and then other internets would pop up, like the Web3 stuff. You can't stop it. But things like this is going to cause the value to go up, right? Because people in general want freedom. People want privacy. And you're going to find that in Bitcoin in ways that you're not going to find it in other types of currencies. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you got some great value out of that content. Thank you for tuning in to the Unlimited Freedom Network. I really appreciate, guys. Now, remember, before you get off here, guys, never invest crypto into any platform that you cannot afford to lose, right? There's no guarantees here, right? So make sure that you're practicing your risk management principles when you're in this space. Also, don't forget to check out my trading course. It's in the description. If you appreciate what I do here, the best way to support my work is to purchase my trading course. Link in the description. It's where I share my personal trading strategy with you. It's a strategy that's achievable, attainable, sustainable, and it's how I was able to make more than I ever made before. You do not have to be an expert on trading. It tells you exactly what to do, A, B, C, D. You can copy my profitable strategy. And like I said, links in the description for that. Also, don't forget to smash that like button. Drop me a comment. I always love reading your guys' comments. Subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. And we'll see you guys on the next one here at the Unlimited Freedom Network.